Barry Kizito.
Nami naitwa Purity Atieno.
Eddie, my name.
Mimi naitwa Anna Solomon.
Labda tuanze na Anna, umezaliwa wapi kabla ya muziki?
Mahali nimezaliwa ama
umezaliwa wapi kabla ya muziki ama kabla ya Oasis?
Kanisani tu. Nimekuwa nikiimba kanisani from the time I was in Sunday school. Growing up, I think I've been in church all my life. Yeah.
Okay.
Before the Oasis, I think we used to do Oasis, but we didn't call it the Oasis. I think most of us from the group, I think we were friends before the Oasis. So in the same church, even with Anna, Mary, except for a few guys here. But we are leading worship at our church, and I think that's before the Oasis story. Yeah, let me just say that first.
Before the Oasis, ni venye tu Anna amesema, tulikuwa tunaimba tu church. Yeah, so I guess we were inspired from church. Yes.
That is how you met, huh?
Yes.
Kwa labda ilikuwa kwaje ndo ukaenda kwa
mimi nilianzia kwenye campus ministry ilikuwa inaitwa Jani na ndio ikaenda kwa kanisa kwa Jani ICC kanisa na tukaserve pia huko na hapo ndio nilipatana na wengi wa members wa Oasis band. Nafikiri hapo ndio wengi wetu tulipatana, kuna wengine walijiunga nasi baadaye.
I actually did meet them at church. For me, I'd actually come to visit Jani ICC, and that is where I met Mari, and then he introduced me to Oasis. Yeah.
Kundi lilibuniwa mwaka gani?
2019.
Yes.
Nafikiri ndio the first conversation ya kuform Oasis tulikuwa na ile worship cafe kanisani, tulikuwa tunaimba tu afternoon after kanisa na tukaanza kujadiliana, tukasema labda hiki ni kitu tunaweza endeleza mbele na tufanye kitu nayo. Na ndio Oasis ikaformiwa, tumeanza kurekodi muziki kidogo na ndio tunaenda kurelease project yetu ya kwanza.
Kulikuwa na who was the brain behind this band?
Nafikiri ni lazima tuseme ni Eddie.
So how was it? Why?
Wow.
And why? Kwanza you say why, and then why mbona band? No, you ni kila mtu ako talented kivyake. You know, someone will say,
yeah.
Niende solo. Why?
I think Lemari is saying it was a worship cafe 2019 end of the year. We were doing like a worship experience at church. And then you could tell that guys who are coming for the show, they were really embracing the experience. And you see, in church, you know, there's like a time you're given to do worship, and because there are other programs coming. So we were feeling that there was so much talent, that we had a lot to offer, that we could as well just take it out there and just explode it. So that's where the idea was born. For a band and not like an individual, I was thinking, you see, guys are really multi-talented, okay? And as an individual, there's only much you can give. And I was just thinking, you know, when you have diversity, when you have different people contributing to an idea, it becomes richer. And because the idea of a band, you see, as coming from a Christian background, there's also something in a family and growing together. and doing something together with the guys who think or have the same vision as yourself. And I think it's even better because you see, if you're doing it alone and a day comes when you are down, which means it stops. You get. But you see, when you have a number of guys also in the team, when at times when you are unable to do it, their guys will come in and just move with it. Yeah, and for you see, like for example, if Mari was to do a song on God's grace, okay, and Purity comes and does the same song in for a song about the same God's grace, those will be two different songs, because the way Mari would express it is different from the way Purity would express it. Now, if you are just you, then that will just be closed in how you're expressing it, and that's why we opted for a band. Yeah.
Okay. How has it been, Journey? Najua sometimes unapata all of you, kila mtu ana, you are very different people coming together. How has it been?
Yeah, for me, yeah, for me, just having the privilege to be our leader, it's been an experience of fun and also challenges as well. Because you see, these are different people who are coming to a group, and everyone is just different in their own right. And you have to like try to get guys into why the group exists, why are we doing the Oasis. So my challenge has been trying to get guys to buy into the whole vision of why we are doing this. And I think there are times when you feel it's not happening, when everyone just wants to do their own things, and now yeah, and those times have been hard because those are the times we feel, why am I doing this? Why can't I just let it go and do my things? But I think when you have when something is in you and you really want to do it, I think it's just a step at a time, one step at a time, and then we just get to learn and understand guys. And what I've learned is you try to get people to do things in their area of strength. Yeah. So I've been learning on how to get guys to work at their strengths and not trying to get people to do everything. Yeah, so that's what I've been learning so far. But it's been a journey. It's been a very nice experience with the team. Yeah.
Purity, safari imekwaje?
Naweza sema sijakuwa Oasis that long. I think each and every one of us amekuwa Oasis for a specific period, and for the period I've been with the Oasis, naweza sema it has not been that smooth, but also it has been amazing. Sababu nikisema it has been smooth pia tutakuwa tuna pretend.
Yes.
Yeah, so but above all I think for me I found a family yenye we can talk aside from music. And I think that is all that matters, and nilipata mali neza imba nikiwa comfortable. Yeah. So the journey has been good, and also kuna roughness, but mostly good. Yes.
Okay. Ni kitu gani outstanding what you love about this group?
I think the fact that we are free to air out our views. Like you can say, no matter how crazy or outrageous it might sound, like you're given a chance to speak out what you feel and how we want things to go. Yeah.
Okay. Na life ya Journey imekwaje?
For me, it's been lots of fun. I really enjoy hanging out with these guys and eating together most. After every practice, we are very diligent. But I think it's also a good chance for us to bond and to get to know each other better and better. Na pia inasaidia when we go to do the music, watu wanakuwa wamesha bond, wamejuana. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think it has been very interesting. Personally, before I joined Oasis, I was more of doing classical music, but now introduction to this side of life has been very interesting, getting to meet new people, getting to hear other people's new ideas. It has been an interesting journey, and above all, joining in the vision, which for me also stands out, and I think it's actually very important. And yeah, I think I've actually really loved it. Yeah.
Okay, mmekuja pamoja group. Project yenu ya kwanza ilikuwa lini? Ama ilikuwa gani na ilikuwa lini, and how was it? And how do you guys finance your projects? Najua ni
Actually, when, the way it started, we were just, okay, what we're trying to do, we just want to be continuously writing music. And so it happened that we had a number of songs Gad had already put in as ideas. Then COVID came. And then there was a thought that for the songs that we have, how can they be relevant in this season? And then that's when we decided that we take it out, and then we kind of record it. So we actually recorded our first project. It's called God Today. So we were just trying to sing about God's relevance in our today's life. How is God still the same? Is God still the same guy who people talk to in the Old Testament and they could just reply immediately? Yeah, or how is it right now in our current lifestyle? So so that's how we titled the project. So the project was a success. We thank God. We did the recording on 1st of August. It was a live recording. And so we are just planning to next week, before end of next week, we'll be releasing the audios. And then 7th of October, we'll start releasing the videos. So the first video will be out on 7th of October. And then they'll be following. Yeah.
Who comes up like ideas and you?
Oh, yeah, so that's the free nature of this group. So like in that album, it felt like their songs are written by multiple different people. So like in that song, in that album, we have about 6 songs, and I think almost 5 guys wrote the different songs. So what we, even today before we came here, we just from the studio, we just tell guys that if you're feeling you have something that you want to express in terms of saying it through music, you come, let's brainstorm and see whether it can be made into music. Yeah, so that's how we come up with a music idea. So it's just either someone is going through something or an idea just comes, and then we sit down and then we just create the song out of it. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, nina wimbo hapa Never Will.
Yeah.
Mbona Never Will, na what was the logic behind huo wimbo, na how was it, the whole process? Na iliwachukua muda gani kwanza? Unajua being watu wengi, unajua nikiwa peke yangu nikiingia studio.
Yeah. Yeah, so wow. Yeah, so Never Will was a journey as well. Because I remember, okay, Never Will, I don't even remember how it started. Because there's a time when there's, we come up with melodies, we run it with our friends. Like I remember the first melody I ran it with Mari, and Mari actually changed it. Yes, I remember. Yeah, so
That's the tricky part.
yes, yeah. So so that was one of the songs that I think it came out during when COVID hit. Yes, so I remember that time because we never used to meet at the studio, by the way. So we used to have some online things. trying to come up with ideas, because I was like, guys, we can't just be tied down because of COVID. What can we do during the season, which is relevant to the season? So Never Will came at that time. It's just a song talking about God's promises, the promise of Him being there, not leaving when you think that He's gonna leave, or when you think that He's already left. That's the whole idea of the song. So it was more like, when COVID actually just hit, and guys were losing their loved ones, and because it was a foreign thing, guys didn't know what is this thing. So it was like, wow, yeah. So guys were losing hope, and guys were losing loved ones. Guys were losing jobs because employers were retrenching. There was no business. And I think we felt that song was really relevant in terms of just trying to encourage guys that no matter what, no matter where you are at, that God is still God. So maybe He might just come through in a different way that we don't understand. Yeah.
Okay, na kuacha na wimbo Never Will ndani ya mishemishe za vijana Radio Waumini. Taraja baada ya taarifa ya habari mwendo wa saa 7 na dakika 10 hivi.
Broken, but our hearts go wearing heavy. We can't go back to the start. But we wanna look up to you, because you're still there. You're still there. Let go, my soul. Be still, my soul, and be at peace. Let no worry overcome every heart, every love. Be still, my soul, and know it's He. Never will He let you fall. He is with you, always will.
Recording from kuandika kila kitu.
The Never Will song only. Mari, do you remember?
Maybe 2 or 3 months. Let's say 3 months. Kuandika, kutayarisha for the concert. Lakini songwriting yenyewe imekuwa ikifanyika kutoka 2019.
So you write for yourself, huh?
Yes.
Na mmepata nafasi ya kuandikia watu muziki. Of course saizi kuna wale watu, okay, wewe mwenyewe unajua uwezo wako. Unajua huu wimbo si wako. Si wangu. Someone else can do it better. Anaweza deliver vizuri. Of course ni huduma. Ndio ifikie watu, unajua purity. She can do it better. Imekuaje? Ushaandikia watu wimbo, na of course pia watu wanauza nyimbo, unaandika unauza.
Yeah. Outside the group bado. But within the group, the guys who've written a song but they've not sung it. Because another guy is kind of getting the song out better and more impactful. So you'll find like even in the project, the guys who just wrote the song but they didn't perform it. Not that they can't perform it, but for that particular song, someone else was better placed to do it. Yeah, but outside the group, not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many are you?
So I think we're about 16, including now the instrumentalists. Yes.
16.
Yeah.
How do you manage group kama hiyo? Of course unajua hapa nani msumbufu.
wasumbufu wako.
Sio mimi.
Si hawako
Sio
hapa.
mimi,
Sio
lakini-
One of them.
Mtu ameanza kujitetea kama
Ni kama anajijua.
how do you manage watu kama hao?
Hey, kama hao.
It is either my way or the highway.
Ni
Ama
Mungu.
ni Mungu. How is it?
It's called grace.
Yes.
It's called grace. But I think in a group, you won't have the same personality. Yeah, it's so diverse that because you see, and the personalities are very different. You'll do one thing, you think this guy will take it nicely, or this guy will take it very nicely. The other guy will take it totally on the other side. So it's. I think, yeah, for a group like this,
We're still learning.
we are still learning. Yeah,
It's a journey.
but we have both extremes in terms of personalities. Yeah.
So hapa tuna watu wanacheza instruments pia.
Yeah, so in this group, myself I do an instrument, he does instruments.
How is it? Inakuwaje? Wewe unacheza
Mimi wanacheza piano
piano.
na tuko kadhaa pianist. kuna wengine wenye hawako hapa.
Ama wewe ndio lead. Ndio kama huko.
Bazu mwenyewe yuko. Lakini tuko pianists watatu. Guitarists ni watano I think, wasita.
Yeah.
Tuki-include bass na
Yeah.
lead guitar na acoustic.
Yeah.
Na waimbaji ndio wengi kuliko wengine wote.
Hallelujah.
Na waimbaji.
Ushamuelewa sasa.
Alikuwa amejifungia hadi tumefika hapa sasa. Okay, tuko sawa. Next time I hope you'll be the one doing the talking. Next time.
Yeah, sababu utapata pia sio kila wakati kila mtu yuko available.
Yeah.
So saa ile mtu hayuko, kuna ule anaweza step in afanye hiyo kazi. Na pia drama I think ni wawili.
Yeah.
So group hiyo total kila mtu ana talents zake zenye anaweza fanya. Na tunasaidiana mahali tunaweza.
Nini ambacho mnazingatia ndio mtu ajiunge kwenye hii band? Ama ni unajua kuna
Yeah.
I've dealt with a lot of wasanii wengi nimejua sana.
Yeah.
Unapata jamaa, mimi najua kuimba. Mimi najua kuimba, niko na muziki. I just feel like najua kuimba.
I think watu ni wengi wenye wako na hiyo talent ya kuimba ama kucheza instrument. Lakini kwetu I think kitu muhimu ni mtu mwenye yuko first of all ako right na Mungu. Mtu mwenye angependa kuimba muziki ya gospel. Na kitu ya pili labda ni mtu mwenye yuko available, mwenye sababu tunapatana kila wiki. So ni muhimu sana mtu aweze kujitokeza hata kama sio kila wiki, at least most of the time uweze kuwa available. I think hizo ndo vitu mbili muhimu sana kwetu ndio mtu aweze kujiunga nasi.
Yeah.
Of course kila mahali lazima kuwe kuna sheria. Na utapata kuna prefect wa group. Hivi tunarekodi na simu yako unapiga kelele. How do you instill discipline ndani ya group member? 16 si of course mngekutana hamwezi kuwa less than 10.
Yeah.
Na hapo lazima kuwe na
Timekeeping ndio kitu.
Timekeeper ni nani?
Timekeeper yuko hapa na sisi leo lakini tunamjua. Anaitwa MJ.
And what happens ikiwa mtu labda umekuwa leo ulifika unajua zile tabia zetu. Niko hapa. Nimetoka na hiyo time jamani ametoka bathroom. Hapa anajitayarisha kwa how do you
tumeanza kuwa na system ya timekeeping. Ile mtu akichelewa analipa fine ya 500. Ndio watu waweze kurespect time ya group. Na tumeona tayari ina make difference. Mtu akijua hana hiyo 500 anajua basi lazima afike mapema. Yeah, kwa kila practice session yenye tuko nayo.
For you, wewe unadhani the biggest strength ya group ni?
I think the ability of one to, at the end of kubishana and all that, tuna make sure tumefanya what is it called?
Ongea really.
Reconciliation.
Like tuna agree on one thing. Like yes, uko na opinion yako, you have your own strong opinion, yako na yake. Tutoke kama tushasikizana na tumejua ni nini tunafanya at the end of that day.
Okay. Purity ulikuwa hii group time ya election. Ya time ya corona.
No.
Ulikuwa bado.
Yes.
Kiongozi. Kiongozi aje ile jina. You are the group leader. How was it kumaneuver around your time? It was the most difficult time. Na pia I think for me nadhani corona it was a blessing in disguise. Imefunza watu a lot of things. Imefunza watu, imeopen up watu akili. Kazi inawezaisha leo.
Yeah.
Na kanisa zinaweza fungwa leo. How was it?
I think that time, because actually people were not moving around, so because I think it happened when we were actually just like starting the project, like intentionally starting to sit down and write.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it happened, and then we had to tell guys we can't meet physically anymore. So funny enough, I think that period, because we had a lot of time for ourselves, guys actually started writing a lot of content. So, because now people are, I think, because you see, you're not like every day moving around, so like you had time for yourself. So, guys were actually coming up with content. Guys were writing things down, and actually, we used to have like a weekly Zoom. Actually, that's was the time when Zoom was really actually,
Zoom was everything.
it was everything. Yeah, and I remember it was, that time it was like, we had 30 minutes and then it goes off if you haven't paid the free ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we used to have like meetups every week. And at that time we were still actually growing. We were starting a program of like developing our vocals and everything. So we had a program. So we could tell guys to go through the program. So when we meet, we share what we learned. And in the process, we were like actually bonding. Even though we were not physically with each other. So I think we learned that actually we can do something which is very constructive and meaningful, even if we don't meet physically, so long as we're intentional about it and everyone is just actually planning around it. Yeah, and I think that's also the time when guys could actually come up with content on their own and then actually share and get feedback from other people. And then actually we guys built their creation creative skills during that time. Because you see, you are alone and guys are expecting you to come up with something. Yeah.
Okay. What was your lowest moment so far? Mmekuwa na after COVID come through. Kwanza haujanjibu project yenu mlifinance vipi kwanza? Unajua nini? As much as unless mniambie labda mlipata sponsorship or through church.
Yeah,
ambapo mnashiriki. How did you?
So for now, now being the group, so I have to lead by example. Yeah, so for now, what I did is actually the way the group started and the whole vision behind the Oasis is we want this to be very consistent. And we don't want it to be something we are starting and then tomorrow, if you're not there, it collapses. So the idea behind this is actually we want to create a platform where guys just plug in to actually send the word out there through music. So it's more of a platform that we want to create so that guys can just plug in and then just bring in whatever they want to bring in terms of contributing to the whole gospel thing. Now, so the idea was to have a place that is ours. So what I did is I set up a studio. So we have our own studio. We own a studio.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. And actually, yeah. So that's how important this is to us. So we set up a studio, and the whole plan is we get a studio which can actually generate some income to support the whole setup. So yes, the studio is an investment that I made. Yeah, but out of the studio, because the studio is also open to the public, so the studio we're trying to generate income to sustain the activities for the Oasis. Yeah. So as it is right now, it's still self-sponsored. Yes.
So hakukuwa na shida mpengia studio hivyo, and that unajua pia naelewa. Ukiniambia wimbo umeandika kwa mfano miezi mitatu, unajua ukienda studio muda unabook those sessions salota.
Yeah.
Okay, nina wimbo hapa, I'm Not Afraid. Kwanza nani alikama up na hiyo idea? Mbona?
I'm Not Afraid, naweza sema